Hello everyone, Treecks here and welcome back to Asterix. This is going to be the finale because we are in the final world and Act 5-2 is up first today. And this is going to be a minecart stage. Remember in the Egypt world how I was talking about how the technology back in the day did not really allow minecarts or train tracks in general to be a thing yet? The Romans actually don't agree on that. And they have an entire roller coaster in their city, it looks like. Definitely one of the more awesome stages in this game because of it. The first room is still pretty standard. Just a linear pathway until this point. Be careful for turning in this stage, by the way. As you can see, sometimes the minecarts actually change direction. Going left or right. Officially, you don't have to hold the D-pad in order to change direction. That will happen automatically. Unless you actually start holding a different direction, then you will start braking. But if you simply touch nothing, it will all go automatically. All you need to carry is the momentum. That's pretty much how that works. But this was just the introduction. Man, doing a stage in 1 minute. But like I said, this is just the introduction. There's going to be more of this in a more complex sense in stage 4. But first, let's do another regular act again, comparable to the first one. Gladiators actually take a lot of hits, as you can see. These guys are the main guardians of Obelix. So be prepared to actually face these guys. And as you can see, pretty difficult to take out. By this point, we're at the hardest point of the game, so the time of easy enemies is over. Even though there's still plenty of easy Roman soldiers here. I'm still not satisfied with my collection of Roman helmets. And thank you, Idefix. Also still appears here. Also followed us all the way to Rome. Because of his lust for bones. Oh. Off-screen enemies trying to snipe me was a thing for the previous episode. Let's make sure it does not happen today. And defeating these guys is actually extra difficult. People start throwing fire at me at the same time. The Roman inhabitants are definitely proving that they are more than just a Roman army. Even the regular civilians are pretty good at fighting us. I definitely want to join the fight. Stepping Stone City. We don't want to destroy too much of these blocks. Although we do want the rightmost one, because I'm pretty sure this is a 1-up. Yeah, indeed. 27. Going to need them, because the hard part of this world is coming up. Stages 4, 5 and 6 are the real deal. The introduction is over. Let's move on. Stage 5-4 is going to be the complicated minecart stage. Hope you've been paying attention in stage 2, because now we're going to use the way minecarts work in a pretty complex way. The first room is pretty easy. And that one's comparable to the second stage, but I can remember the second room is one giant puzzle that I'm not particularly a fan of. And I missed the jump. Oops. Oh, game thinks I've been playing for too long, it looks like. Yeah, if it isn't obvious, because of the game not having a save system, I'm doing this in one go. But I'm actually surprised to see there's a break feature in this game. I never really realized that. You do see it more often in more modern games, especially handheld games with 3DS and stuff like that. Because of the 3D screen being able to tire you out. I'm surprised to find out that this game also has it. I'm also surprised that the block formed there. I'm not too sure where that came from. But luckily it did, because I can continue because of it. I really hate these things. Pretty difficult to avoid. Okay, there we go. First room is already pretty tricky. Well, this is where it really gets started. I hope I remember what I need to do. Let's first just worry about the top of the screen, where we start off. Then we start moving down. Okay, these guys need to be taken out. Just like with the previous 2 times we fought these guys, they're once again going to form a block, allowing us to continue. But unlike last time, it's not going to be abundantly clear where it's going to form and where the exit of the stage actually is. I can remember when I was younger and first played this game, I actually wasn't able to find the exit of this room. And even up to this day, I'm still not too sure where it is. I think I should be able to find it now. Here's another minecart. There's one up there. Is this it? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm pretty sure the mistake I made when I was younger was actually trying to go to the end of the screen here already before defeating those Romans. I actually never bothered to kill those guys because I was thinking, oh, these guys actually lead nowhere, so I just started looking for the exit of the screen normally and never was able to find it. Because apparently you need to defeat those shield Romans before the exit of the screen actually becomes active. Now that I see it again, it's not really that difficult, but still. I can remember back in the day having a lot of trouble with it. I was still young then, so... This final room should be a lot easier. Although a similar situation happens here. I'm pretty sure this is also a room where at first I couldn't find out what to do. Oh. Yeah, it would be nice if you actually hit the crow, Asterix. Let's try that again. Momentum. There we are. No, minecart is not here. In that case, let's just skip out on it. You can also just fall down here, of course. Not too sure what that switch block did. Probably from this block over here. And that was another switch block. And that formed this minecart, I'm pretty sure. Bam, bam, bam. Another switch block. Oh yeah, it formed a block down here. This is actually a block I was never able to find because I wasn't aware that I was able to scroll the screen down when I was younger. And therefore I was never able to see that block down there. Not that it helps me now, because now I am able to see the block, but now I'm not able to reach it. Right, now the minecart is here, so let's do this the normal way now. All this business with the switch blocks is actually here in order to make sure you don't jump down to the bottom left of the screen immediately, which you can technically do. But if you don't hit the proper switch blocks first, it's not going to help you. And those are required in order to reach the bottom left ledge. This block. And then the one all the way to the left. You. And now land on here and jump correctly this time. And that is finally stage 5-4. Like I promised, a much more complicated minecart stage. And especially complicated because of the tricky puzzle that you need to do in order to reach the end of the stage. But still doable. Stage 5-5 is going to be the next tricky stage. We have arrived at the Roman baths. Like the rumors on the street confirmed, Obelix is being held in a prison below the Roman baths. So let's make our way through here first. Then enter the dungeon where our good friend is hidden in stage 5-6. Stuff is falling from the ceiling, so be careful. Just like with the beach stages in Greece, this is also a stage where water is present everywhere, so endless pits are not really a thing here. But there are a lot of enemies in tricky placements here, and that's definitely the challenge here. Even the grabby hands return from the pyramids. And the bubbles, we haven't seen those in a while. And sniping enemies, we do know. That is a recurring theme. And also be careful for the puffs of steam that occasionally rise from the water. Also counts as getting hit, of course, if you touch them. Let's move back to where we were. This is all familiar territory. This is where we were. The same enemy I got hit by again. Hopefully there's going to be some health soon. Or the end of the room, that also qualifies. At least I have a checkpoint now. Oh, auto-scroll! Oh! Auto-scroll got me off guard. And I got killed by stuff falling from the ceiling. There's a lot of stuff falling from the ceiling here. I think the architect of this place needs to go back to the drawing board, because something's not really going too well. This is a pretty fast auto-scroll in all honesty for this game. I'm pretty sure the 2 auto-scrolls we've seen so far in World 2 and 3 were slower than this. So just stay away from the left of the screen. We have learned that just touching the left edge of the auto-scroll is already insta-kill in this game. And especially if it's moving as quickly as it is here now. It can be quite tricky. Well, I'm full health at least. It's been a while since we've seen 5 hearts. Nope, we're no longer at 5 hearts. That's not fair. Why can't the Romans be killed by the ceiling? But here we are. Apparently not as difficult as I remembered. However, that was still not it. There's still a 3rd room. Very long stage here. Apparently the way downwards towards the dungeons is pretty far hidden in the Roman baths. Oh, 1-up. Tempting. That's not. It's a pretty long way back. Don't feel like doing that. Let's get rid of these shield soldiers one last time. I'm not too sure if another set appears in the next stage, but I'm pretty sure they won't. I'll obviously correct myself if I'm wrong. We're going to see it in a minute. But I'm pretty sure this is the last set of these guys. Final stage, I'm pretty sure does not have these guys. There we are. Now let's go see what it did. Form this block. So we can jump. And jump again. We should be nearing the end of the stage by now. Okay, not quite it seems. Centurion. And the middle block is invincibility. Not that you're going to be able to use it for a whole lot, because the end of the stage is right after that. Interesting. Weird placement for the magic potion game. We're not allowed to take it along to stage 5, 6. Welcome to the finale of Asterix. We have reached the dungeons. And now it's a matter of... Seriously? Okay, we're starting the stage with 4 hearts it seems. And anyway, to finish the story, now it's a matter of finding Obelix. And this place is actually a big maze. Unlike the pyramids, where it's still pretty linear, this place has a lot of split pathways and a lot of dead ends. From the previous time I've played, I should be able to figure out how I need to go. Because I think I remember. So this should not take too long. But it is by far the most difficult stage in this game that I can give you. Here's some flying potion, which we're going to use to move further up. You can also go to the right, a little bit further down. I'm pretty sure that is a dead end. I'm going to want to go up here. There's way too many bats here. Can't even avoid all of them. Grabby hands. On both walls, so be careful. And that was room number 1. The second one introduces us to one last new mechanic, these doors, which you can easily knock down, as you can see. But they are a one-way trip. You can only knock them down from the unprotected side, as you can see. Like this one, for instance. You can only approach it from the left. That's basically the mechanic that comes with these doors. Making it extra complicated to actually traverse this place. One up down there. Interesting. And I'm pretty sure I can't reach it from here, so... Need to skip out on that in this Let's Play. Here's a switch block. I'm going to need that to continue. And not to the left, apparently. Here's the block that just formed. Remember not to break it. Aha! There he is. We need to go down here, because there's a switch block here. But it does give us a little glimpse on our good old friend Obelix, who is apparently still dreaming. He's not even aware that he got kidnapped. He still isn't. Having a wonderful dream about wild boars that he loves so much. Let's first go up here. One last secret to actually check out. The sickle. Totally worth it. Now, let's go finish off this game, because we are here. The Romans took you all the way to Rome, hid you in this dungeon beneath the baths, but we still found you. This story has been completed. And he wasn't even aware that he was kidnapped. Final cutscene. Back in their dear village, our two friends took part in the traditional banquet held to celebrate their return. The feast lasted until late night. They laughed, they drank, and they ate plenty of roast boar, and Asterix related the details of the whole adventure. But as you already know it, time has come to say goodbye. But not for long. Well, this is going to be for me, because this is the only Asterix game I own at this point. But anyway, that was the story. Let's move on to the credits, and I'll see you for the closing after it. Final score, and elapsed time gets given to you. And that is how this game ends. Okay, awesome. And that was Asterix, the next installment of my quote-unquote sub-series Europe exclusive games based on comics. Back in the day, when these games came out, I was a little bit more into those kinds of comics. Eventually, I actually grew over them, and I kind of stopped following that. And that is actually also the reason why I didn't buy any more games later on. It's also one of the reasons why this is the only Asterix and Obelix game I have in my possession right now. But still, they are part of my video game library. Even though these games were bought by my parents at some point. Because of being a little bit more into stuff like this back in the day, I do still own them, so they are part of my video game collection and also deserve to go up here on YouTube. And perhaps playing these games again after all of these years might inspire me to actually check out more of these games, because there's way more Asterix games, of course. And this actually also applies to all of the other comics that I've been covering, like the Smurfs, like Spirou, stuff like that. There are definitely more games. I might get inspired to actually play more of them later on. But for now, this has been another one. There's actually only one more left on the SNES, and that is actually a second Smurfs game. The Smurfs Travel the World. That is going to be the final one in that sub-series. That's going to be coming up in a couple of months, probably. First, a couple of other projects are going to be in between, of course. Speaking of which, my next project, because this video concludes the current weekend project, of course. time to start up another one next week. It's been long enough. It is time to actually start playing a Mario game again. I did promise you in one of the earlier projects which Mario game I'm going to play next. And that one is indeed going to come up. So, even though it's been a while, it is time for a Mario project again. The most awesome of all series. And that is going to come up next. Hope you still enjoyed this small little Europe exclusive game, Asterix. I wouldn't know how you would get your hands on it nowadays, but still. Even if you can't get your hands on it, you can still enjoy the video, so you can still see what kind of game it is. Next time, a little bit more of a known title. But still, hope you enjoyed this project. See you folks next time, when we will continue Let's Playing on this channel. Thank you all for watching. And see you next time. Treecks out.